I think I can honestly say that this is the most frequently asked question in the comment section on this channel since the day I started uploading. Why did you choose the Glock 48 over the 43X? Or my favorite, why didn't you just get the 43X instead of the P365? The 43X and the Glock 48 are the exact same gun, except that the 43X has a slightly shorter barrel. And generally when we compare two identical guns with one being slightly smaller, the smaller one is going to be less enjoyable to shoot. You see this with the P365 and the P365X as well. So there's one reason that I chose the Glock 48. It's just slightly more enjoyable to shoot. The second reason is because of concealment purposes. Generally speaking, when it comes to concealment challenges, 9 times out of 10, it's the grip of the gun that's going to cause the most issues with printing, not the muzzle. Now, below the belt printing is certainly a thing, especially for us ladies. Guys, not so much, and this is due to the fact that most men wear pants with more room in the crotch area, and women tend to wear pants that are fitted in that area. So in this case, the 43X may be slightly more advantageous for the female wardrobe, but in my experience, after carrying the Glock 48 for over a year, that slight extra length on the muzzle gave me very little trouble with printing, whereas the grip of the gun was kind of a beast to conceal. Meaning the 43X not only wouldn't necessarily have been easier to conceal, but it would have been less comfortable to shoot. The last thing that I want to mention on the concealment topic is that I wouldn't recommend any of you guys, as in males, choose the 43X over the 48 because of something called the Kiel principle. In my experience, most men who struggle with comfort and concealment, especially for appendix carry, are using a gun that is too short. If the gun is too short, then there's not enough gun below the belt line to keep the top of the gun from falling away from the body. When the grip falls away from the body, not only do you get some seriously embarrassing printing, but you can also create a pretty painful hotspot where the muzzle is pressing into your pelvic region. Adding a good holster wedge can certainly help, but generally the fix for that is just using a longer gun or using a longer holster. This might look like carrying a 43X, but carrying it in a Glock 48 holster, or carrying a P365 or a P365X in a P365 XL holster. You can learn more about the Kiel principle on Philster's channel, as John Houtman actually coined the term as it relates to concealed carry. I also get asked in the comment section why I chose the P365 instead of the Glock 43X when I chose to size down my carry gun. The reason may seem pretty obvious after you've listened to a little bit of this video, but I'll mention it anyways. The Glock 43X has the exact same grip length as the Glock 48, and thus it is just as challenging for me to conceal, and for some body types, it's even more challenging to conceal. The only time I would really see myself recommending or shooting the Glock 43X over the 48 is specifically for someone choosing only between those two, and they want to conceal the entire gun, grip and all, below their belt line. Besides that, I'd recommend the Glock 48 over the 43X every time. The P365 series is an entirely different conversation, but my reasoning for switching to the P365 was largely due to size and capacity. I wanted to carry something smaller without foregoing my magazine capacity. So yeah, that's the answer to those questions. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video.